The color of suspicion. Policing black and brown bodies. Detective Zamir Jackson stood before the precinct bulletin board, studying the crime scene photos with intense concentration. His sharp eyes caught details others missed. After 8 years on the force, his record spoke for itself: highest solve rate in the department, commendations from the mayor, respect from victims' families, yet Captain Reynolds had passed him over for promotion. Again. "Hey, Jackson. Coffee run?" Officer Davis called out, snickering with his buddies. Zamir didn't turn around. "I'm working the Riverside case." "Oh right," Davis said. "Guess you'd know all about that neighborhood." The implication hung in the air like smoke. Zamir's jaw tightened, but he kept his focus on the photos. Later, at his desk, he found a transfer request form. Someone had scrawled, "Try narcotics, you'd fit right in," across the top. He crumpled it and tossed it away. His phone buzzed. A text from Reynolds, "My office." "Now." Captain Reynolds leaned back in his chair, not bothering to hide his reluctance. "There's been a murder in Mill Creek. Prominent businessman. Thomas Whitfield." Zamir recognized the name. "The real estate developer?" "The same. Found dead in his office. Knife wound. Security footage shows nothing. No forced entry." Reynolds tossed a folder across the desk. "I'd give this to Barrett, but he's out sick. Carson's handling a double homicide downtown, and Miller's on vacation." Translation: Zamir was last choice. "What's the catch?" Zamir asked, flipping through preliminary reports. Reynolds shifted uncomfortably. Whitfield was about to close on the old Northside Community Center. Planned to demolish it, build luxury condos. Northside. Predominantly black neighborhood. Zamir grew up 10 blocks from there. "So I'm your token black detective for a racially charged case? Don't get political, Jackson. Just solve it quietly." At the crime scene, Zamir noted peculiarities. The knife, an expensive letter opener, belonged to Whitfield. The office showed no signs of struggle. "Nothing stolen." Detective Lopez, the only other person of color in homicide, approached. "Something's off about this one," she whispered. "Whitfield had ties to some shady organizations. I've got a contact who says the Northside deal involved payoffs, threats to residents who wouldn't sell." Zamir nodded. "Keep digging. This isn't just a murder. It's something bigger." 3 days into the investigation, the precinct conference room buzzed with tension. Zamir pinned his findings to the board: financial records, witness statements, phone logs. "You're reaching, Jackson," Detective Mercer interrupted, arms crossed. "This conspiracy theory sounds personal. Maybe you should recuse yourself." "The evidence points to corruption," Zamir countered. Captain Reynolds cleared his throat. "These are serious allegations against powerful people. We need concrete proof before proceeding." "If this was Barrett's case," Zamir started. "Barrett would stick to facts, not community grievances," Mercer snapped. Zamir felt heat rising in his neck. "These are facts. Whitfield's company systematically targeted black homeowners, pressured them with below-market offers, then sicked code enforcement on those who refused." "Not our jurisdiction," Reynolds said dismissively. "Stick to the murder or I'll reassign the case." As the room cleared out, Sergeant Walsh brushed past. "Know your place, Jackson. Some neighborhoods aren't worth saving anyway." Despite the pushback, Zamir continued his investigation after hours. He drove to Northside, where streetlights cast long shadows across familiar blocks. Outside the community center, elderly residents gathered with handmade signs, "Save our neighborhood." Mrs. Patterson, his former Sunday school teacher, recognized him immediately. "Zamir Jackson. Never thought I'd see you back here wearing that badge." Her words carried weight. He'd left, made it out. Many hadn't. "I'm investigating Thomas Whitfield's murder," he explained, showing his credentials. The crowd grew quiet. "Nobody here mourns that man," Mrs. Patterson said firmly. "But nobody here killed him either." Later that night, Zamir and Lopez pored over documents in her apartment, a secure location away from prying eyes at the precinct. "Look at this," Lopez pointed to a bank statement. Large transfers from an offshore account to Whitfield, and smaller ones to City Councilman Porter, Zamir finished. "And Captain Reynolds." Zamir couldn't believe his eyes. The bank statements showed monthly payments to Reynolds, his own captain, dating back 2 years. "We need to be careful," Lopez warned. "If Reynolds is involved." A text message interrupted, "Meet me at Riverside Park. Midnight. Information about Whitfield. Come alone." Despite Lopez's objections, Zamir went. The park was deserted, moonlight reflecting off the river. He checked his weapon, scanning the shadows. Detective Jackson. Zamir turned to see Officer Barrett emerging from behind a tree. Barrett, supposedly out sick. "You're not actually sick," Zamir observed. "Smart. That's why you're dangerous." Barrett's smile didn't reach his eyes. "Reynolds sent me to warn you. Drop the investigation." "Or what?" "Evidence might surface connecting you to drug dealers in Northside." "Your brother did time, right?" Zamir's blood ran cold. "You'd frame me?" "It's already happening." "That search warrant you requested?" "It's for your apartment, not Porter's office." The next morning, Zamir walked into the precinct with purpose. Every officer stared as he headed straight to Reynolds' office. Lopez had leaked their evidence to the Internal Affairs and the FBI, insurance. "It's over, Captain," Zamir announced, placing his badge on the desk. Reynolds smirked. "Finally quitting?" "No. Making an arrest." The door opened behind him. 2 FBI agents stepped in. "Captain Reynolds, you're under arrest for corruption and conspiracy," the lead agent stated. Reynolds lunged for his drawer, but Zamir was faster, pinning his arm. "You really think they'd believe a black detective over me?" Reynolds hissed. "They believe evidence," Zamir replied. "And justice doesn't see color." 6 months later, Zamir stood before the Northside Community Center, now adorned with fresh paint and a new sign, Northside Justice Center. Children played basketball on the renovated court while families gathered for the official reopening. Captain Reynolds, Councilman Porter, and several officers had been convicted. Whitfield's killer, his business partner who feared exposure, had confessed. Detective Lopez, newly promoted to captain, handed Zamir his lieutenant badge. "The department needs rebuilding," she said. "With people who understand justice." Mrs. Patterson approached, beaming. "You didn't just solve a murder, Zamir. You saved our home." Zamir smiled. "Sometimes justice takes time, but it always finds a way."